Hello, my name is Bob Paskey. I am a member of the Technology and Information Systems Department, also known as TIS. My job is to manage the data center, the technologies within it, and the people who work there. For those of you who don't know, TIS is located in the administration building in Largo. My team and I are responsible for keeping the data center and all technologies within it up and running as close to 24/7 as possible. To reach that goal, we must think about and manage security every single day. Security is a very important part of our job. As part of your job, security is also very important. That is what I'm here to talk to you about today. In the past, you may not have thought much about security, but more and more everybody needs to. Why? Because it seems every day in the news we hear about a new virus, hackers stealing data, or other nefarious attacks. The first line of defense is your user ID and password. At Pinellas County Schools, everyone is given a domain user ID and password that grants them access to computers and data needed to do their job. Typically, this is to Focus, our student information system, PCS Mail, our email system, Employee Self-Serve, and a host of other applications. It is very important you do not share this password with anyone. Think about it. If you do, you have just given them the keys to log on to any computer in the district and do whatever you can do. They could send some not so nice emails in your name. They could log on to Employee Self-Serve and make some pretty bad choices for you. And the list goes on. So it is very important to protect your password. Be aware that TIS does audit all activities being done with each and every ID. You are responsible for what is done under your ID. For this and other reasons, passwords are required to be complex and changed periodically. TIS has implemented a policy where computers will lock after 19 minutes of inactivity. However, we highly recommend, if you will be stepping away from your computer, to hit Control-Alt-Delete-Enter. This will lock your computer immediately. If you do not, someone could possibly slip in behind you and use your computer in your name. Again, just think what could be done. So, how do spammers and others attack our computers, and what can we do about it? What they typically do is attempt to find vulnerabilities in your operating system or other software you have installed on your computer. So, keeping your computer's operating system and software up to date is very important. TIS keeps the OS up to date by pushing out Windows updates on a daily basis. We also update Java, Flash, and other software. These updates plug recently identified security holes that viruses or malware could otherwise try to exploit. Another method of defense we implement at Pinellas County Schools is antivirus and anti-malware software. We require every PCS computer to have Microsoft's Endpoint Protection installed on it. Endpoint Protection and its antivirus definitions are kept up to date automatically via Windows Update servers running in the data center. Another common way spammers try to gather your information is a technique called phishing. It's pronounced phishing, but it is spelled with a PH at the beginning of the word. What they do is send you an email that looks legitimate enough, but it is not. The email typically says it's from your organization's help desk, or from your bank, or from any other company you might do business with. Typically, they say that they need some updated information from you, or something will stop working. They provide a link, and if you click it, a form pops up asking you for information. Typically, they ask you for your user ID, your password, your bank account number, or your social security number, along with other information. If you enter it, they just got what they wanted. No reputable company should ever be asking you for this information online. One way you can tell this is a phishing attempt is that you can hover over the link and see where the link is actually going without clicking it. It is never where they say they are taking you. Be very suspicious of any email received unless you know the sender. Now let's take a minute to talk about safe web browsing. Sometimes hackers infect websites with code that can run on your computer unbeknownst to you. It does this, again, by exploiting vulnerabilities in your installed software, whether it be the OS or the other installed software like Java, Flash, or Silverlight. So, again, it's important to keep your OS and software up to date. But it is also important that you only use the web for work and educational purposes. The more you surf, the higher the chances you will become a victim. It is a good idea to try to stay on the more reputable websites and not follow ads while browsing. So, just to recap, we talked about passwords and how important it is to keep yours to yourself, locking your computer, keeping your computer software up to date, including antivirus. We also talked about some of the more common methods hackers use to try to steal your data, email phishing attempts, and enticing you to click on links, both in email and while browsing the web. Everybody needs to be diligent and aware because these types of attacks are very common and becoming even more frequent nowadays. If you would like to read more about security, please visit the PCS Internet website and follow the links to the TIS department. To do so, type in www.pcsb.org in your favorite browser. Then choose Departments and Divisions. Then choose Technology and Information Systems. There, you will find more in-depth information about keeping yourself, your computer, and your data safe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And again, I encourage you to visit the PCS Internet website where you will find more in-depth information. Have a great and safe school year.